Yep, we're in. I've got a fish. Welcome back to another fishing adventure, and today it's an absolutely stunning autumn day. We're near the end of the summer. The autumn weather is kind of pushed in, but we've got a sequence of weather that's pushed in up from the south, bringing warm weather. And today I've just thought I will do something a little bit different. Now I thought instead of chucking lures, because it's such a small tide, I'll chuck lures, but also I'll make a little bit of a shirvy and see what we can get on a float, because you all know from this channel that I love float fishing. So I've come down a crazy cliff, to be honest. My legs are shredded, and I probably went through the whole population of Jersey spiders' webs and got down, shuffled down on the rope last bit, and now I've just started feeding some bread, kind of cat food mix in with a little bit of seawater. And let's see over the next hour, 2 hours, what comes in on it, if anything comes in on it, under the float. And while that does, I'll just flick some metals just in and around this area, just in hope of any summer species. I would love a bream today, but I'd also take anything. I've got open arms, open ideas. I'm just ready to enjoy the tail end of summer for what it is and just see if we can get into something and just do something a little bit different. So let's get into it. So to start off with, I'm just going to fish bread just under my float. You just never know, everything eats bread. And all I'm doing is I'm fishing a really small light float, like so. Just a small little kind of circle hook, just in case there are any bream around. And I'm just going to flick and pinch that bit of bread onto there, a little bit of flake on the end, squeeze it around the shank. I'm no pro at this, as you can probably tell. And then yeah, I'm just going to fish that at about 15 foot deep over the reef, and just hopefully anything coming up onto the bait scent, the trail, the burley, whatever you call it, wherever you're from, comes up on it. So I've just cast it out. I'm just going to let that just sit around, just bobble around. I'll be able to tell what way the tide's going soon by the way that the float is moving. But yeah, I'm just going to keep feeding this shirvy in that I've made. Just keep throwing it in every so often, just a little bit at a time. Now, anyone watching this, everyone's got a different way of keeping their shirvy. This is an old detergent kind of bottle, and all I've done is I've snipped the top off. I've got a handle still, put the bread, the water, the mix in it, just put my hands in and just flick it out. Just a nice, easy way of keeping your shirvy. So in case you need to move around on the rocks, lovely little way. And while I'm fishing that, I'm just going to flick a 30 gram metal in and around and see if we get anything. Try a little straight wind first. Oh, there's loads of garfish chasing me. Loads of garfish. Don't know if you'll be able to see them here on my camera, right up behind. Loads of garfish. My lure's probably a little bit too big for them. Good signs. There's definitely going to be some wrasse in and around here. This session I'm a totally open book. I started with a metal because I just enjoy flicking metals. You never know what you can catch on them. Always a species that would take a metal. The added bonus is something on the float. Oh, look at the size of those mullet down there. Massive underneath. They are huge. Oh my god, loads of them. They've got to be thin lips. Massive shoal of them. Bit of sport with them would be nice. Still coming up. Wow. Yep, wrasse on. There we go, fish on first. Beautiful. Well, there's our first fish of the day on the soft plastics. Right, I'm going to fish from this high point, and then I can see anything that's moving around in the shirvy, which is nothing at the moment. Watch my float, and I'm going to just go back to a metal. I had that wrasse. I know there's wrasse here now, so I can kind of just fish away. Hope for the best. Hoping my shirvy's going to bring something in. We did see all those mullet before, maybe a tuna. Oh, I can see some fish down there in the shirvy. Oh, I'm getting a bite on the float. Might have taken my bread, that one. I think it has. I can't see my bread anywhere. But I could definitely see a fish around in the shirvy. And then my float just flicking down. It's taken my bread. Yep. It's good to see though. Well, let's keep an eye on that very close. We'll keep close to that. Get a little bit more shirvy in. I don't want to run out too quick. But we'll keep it going. Well, so far so okay. I've had a few good bites on the float, indicated by it just sinking down, but I've just missed the bites. One of the best bites I had is when I was flicking a metal out. Yeah, and I was all the way out there somewhere into the abyss and my float just went down and I just couldn't do anything. Oh, I'm getting a bite on the float. The joys of spinning and float fishing at the same time. But it's an absolutely stunning day, as you can see. Flat, calm, picturesque, nice and warm. Cannot whack it. It's absolutely stunning, to be honest, and hopefully they can prevail. I don't mind, you know, being out here and fishing when the weather's like this, because it's, oh my god, there's another one. Well, as I was just saying, and then I got a bite. Yeah, the fishing's been good. This is an absolutely stunning part of our coastline. As you can see all the way there, Sorrel Point. Very good mark that people fish. Hello, Mr. Wasp, get away. And then you've just got our north coast, you've got Grevdelec Bay sitting in there, and the gunshots that you can hear in the background are the rifle range, which is up above us, and I'm just down below it. It's an absolute picturesque day. Lovely person out in their Princess, that big boat just coming out. Absolutely flat sticks. I'm actually hoping to see some tuna bust up, because there have been a lot of tuna seen in and close around our north coast quite recently. So fingers crossed we can add to the tally of the one wrasse we've had so far. I reckon I could probably catch wrasse here all day. But I want some mixed species, some different species. So yeah, we'll crack on. There's something around me again. Oh, I missed it. Missed it. Damn. What's happening is I'm chucking my shirvy in and it's just drifting slowly this way. So anything around this pinnacle is moving up into this area, which is great. And I've just started to get some bites on my float, which is pretty cool. It's what we wanted. Oh, I missed it. Flipping hell, I'm rubbish. Well, I've just moved down a little bit lower just to see if I can get the connection I need on this float, because I've missed two nice bites. Yep, we're in. I've got a fish. We've got a fish. I don't know what it is. We've got a fish. So fun on this light stuff. Let's tighten up. And it's a little bream. There we go. Beautiful. Just what we wanted. Well, finally got the species that I wanted on the float, especially, and that was a bream. It's not the biggest bream in the world, but just goes to show you that it's durable. Just taking that little small circle hook in the gnashes. I hope you can see that. There you go. And that is our second species of the day. Perfect, just on a piece of bread as well. If you get the shirvy going, these little things will come up from the deep and take it. Beautiful. Lovely little blues on the tail and that. Fingers crossed we can get another one. Little gnashes on him as well. Well, that's our second species of the last summer outing. Taking on a little bit of bread under a float. Can't beat it. Really light gear. You heard my reel singing away. Lovely little 3000, you can't go wrong. Now I can kind of turn my attentions to trying to catch something else on the metal, and hopefully we might get something else come up onto the shirvy, maybe a mullet or something like that. And what I'm doing is I'm chucking it up tide. The tide's flowing, as you can see, with my float moving from right to left. So there's no point chucking it in front of me because it's just going to swoop off that way. So I chuck it up, you can see it all breaking up, the particles, and it's just dropping down onto the shelves, and the fish are just coming up it and munching it. So I haven't put some in for a while, so let's get a bit more in. And yeah, just holding it in my little holdy, perfect little container. Can we get a snipe? Sniper are hard to get on the metal. Usually if you've got a set of feathers on front of it, they'll tangle themselves up on it, but just go for the good old pull and wind technique. Don't think we're going to see any mackerel today. This big gully looks so deep in there. I'm going to have a little pop for a wrasse in here in a second. I reckon there's a nice big fat wrasse just sitting in along here, so I'll take the float out the water so my rod doesn't get pulled away, and we'll have a little flick with a soft plastic in here. Don't know if you can see this, but look at all the sand eels everywhere. Wow. Maybe they like cat food and bread. Oh, yep, yep, I'm in. Oh, yeah, there we go, we're in. And it's another bream. It's a bit bigger this time. Well, there we go, second bream of the session. This one's a little bit bigger than the first one, so... Oh, I don't want it to spike me, but he just chomped that bread. There was a big school of sand eel coming through. I was watching them, I turned around, my float just disappeared. There we go. Under the float. Can't whack it, can you? Beautiful. Just took that small little circle hook again. They must be tight in now. They must have just come in and just started feeding, but just goes to show, float fishing, you can just do anything with it, you know. I mean, if you get a little bit of shirvy going, anything can come in, and these bream are just chomping me up. What great fun. A small little circle hook. Right, I've had enough of the bream. It's been really good fun. Even though I haven't caught as many as I probably would have liked, it's been just super sporty. The rod I'm using just for this is a Squadron 3 by Penn, 7 foot. It casts a 30 gram, absolutely perfect for this kind of stuff. I've got a small Nasky 3000 with 18-pound braids, but I've also got a really long leader on it, just because I hate fishing float with braid because it gets wrapped around the top of the float. So I've got an extra long leader on there, a small float, I don't know what it is, it's probably about, I don't know, 35 gram, and then a small little weight, fluorocarbon to a circle hook, and yeah, it's just great sport. But I've kind of had enough. The sun is kind of pushed over the top of the cliff now. So now I'm going to go and fish for some wrasse. I'm going to try in this little hole behind me and see if we can pick up something else before I head home. Let's just try and get another little bit of sport, a little bit of a soft plastic, dig, 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 boom. Right, just like I was saying before, I really wanted to test this gully. There's got to be a big wrasse right in tight. I didn't really have many wrasse lures. The best one I had was the one I used before and the tail got cut off. So I'm going to just use this small sand eel like lure. Just drop it right down deep. Which it is very deep, and just knock it, teabag it off the bottom. Yep, fish on. Yeah, oh yeah, there we go. I knew there'd be one home. It's not very big. Oh, it dropped it. There had to be a fish in here. Right, no other fish to report. I just snagged and snapped off fish in my soft plastic in and around. I was hoping for a bass, but didn't get a bass. But hey ho, with this backdrop, this stunning afternoon that I've been out on, you just cannot whack it, can you? It's been a pleasant, beautiful, relaxed, and that's what I was looking for, a relaxed afternoon. But just some nice, chilled, relaxed action, and yeah, this, absolutely stunning. Jersey's beautiful, picturesque north coast. So if you've never actually been to Jersey before, I hope this is kind of a little advert for what we have and what you can kind of fish for, because, you know, we've got all of this at our fingertips. It's just absolutely stunning. You just got to be a little bit careful getting down, as you've probably seen before with the rope and stuff like that. But hey ho, I am going to go home, put the feet up, watch the football, and yeah, I'll see you on the next adventure. Thanks for watching. Let's go.